I'm here to talk about why UMS should ban their night classes. If you divert your attention to the picture shown beside me, we can tell the situation students face with the existence of night classes. The student mental health are disturbed by the packed schedule. In order for university to have an excellent student, they must have been given enough time to rest. My second point is, students can develop unhealthy sleeping patterns. This leads to students feeling unproductive and less engagement in class. By banning night classes, students can stabilize their performance and have better grades. The last but not least are the student safety. Students have to walk around dark streets with unfixed lights. With the increasing crime rates that happen at night, students, especially women, must feel unsafe even if they are in university. In order to prevent this thing from happening, banning night classes should have been agreed upon. To conclude my proposition to ban night classes, university should come up with other options for boundless classes in order for students to easily choose according to their needs. Arranging classes in the weekend and using hybrid classes can also lessen the use of night class. It is important for both students and university administrators to tolerate each other's needs and want to ensure the best outcome possible. That's all for me. Thank you.
Hello and good morning to everyone and also Mr. Mark. My name is Nur Shahira binti Ahiroi. My student number is BA231606 and 52. So today I would like to present about the essay that I have done, and the title of the essay I have chosen is that the Ministry of Higher Education should eliminate the elective subjects. So a little bit background about my title. What is an elective subject? So this elective subject is a subject that students can choose according to their interest or their ability. So this elective subject is actually different from the core subject or the compulsory subjects that all the students must take. So the elective subjects usually offer the opportunity to delve into a certain field such as science, literature, language, or the humanities. And some people say that the elective subjects should also can help students to prepare for the further studies or for their future careers. So basically, the university, these elective subjects is to help students to fulfill their credit hours requirements in order for them to graduate on time. So the reason behind why I choose this issue is because I'm actually interested with the position stated by the Shed Sadiq to eliminate the elective subjects since most of the students have to wait until the age of 26 to 27 years old to get a job. So now, I want to state three reasons why the government should eliminate the elective subjects is because this is crucial in order to elevate stress on students, to boost the graduation rate, and also to assist focus on the demands of the core subjects. So, first and foremost, the elective subjects needs to be eliminated in order to elevate student stress. This is because students are not only required to give focus on the core subject, but they also need to focus on the other things like the elective subject because it actually affects the students' grade. It means that if they fail the elective subject, it means their overall grade might be dropped. And not only that, the elective subjects can also disrupt the students' stance because they have to struggle with themselves to choose the subjects that actually align with their interests or align with their career prospects. So here we can see that the burden that students have to face just to choose an elective subjects. So I am very firm with the stance that subjects that have no relation to the course should be eliminated. So next, the elective subjects needs to be eliminated to increase the graduation rates. I understand that some parties or people or individual thinks that students are free to choose the elective subjects that they want, depending on their own interests. However, there is something that I personally disagree with. It is when the university itself select the elective subjects for the students to choose, and so the students have to choose according to the decisions placed by the university and not based on the students' own interest. So this will probably probably impact and burden the students because they have to learn things that they are not interested in. So consequently, some students choose to drop out from the university because they are unable to bear with the pressure they are facing with. So this matter indirectly causes the graduation rates to decrease. So last but not least, it is crucial to eliminate the elective subjects for workforce preparation. Although some people argue that elective subjects enhance an individual's value, we must question whether all the subjects are truly contribute to an individual's skill set. If it's so, then I wonder why there are still employees who are not skilled in their field. So the existence of the employees who are lack proficiency in their field raises concerns about the effectiveness of elective subjects. Therefore, the university should prioritize the core subjects to ensure that students become more professional workers to be a professional workers in their respective fields. So to summarize this, eliminating the elective subjects for elective subjects not only facilitates the workforce preparation but also reduce the duration of studies. So to conclude, I want to emphasize for the government to consider eliminating the elective subject to reduce stress, to increase the number of graduates, and to fulfill the requirement needed for the workforce. Therefore, the government should revamp our educational system and follow the advanced countries like Japan and Singapore for a better future. So that's all from me. Thank you.
Okay, hello and hello, Mr. Mark. So, moving next to my part is one of the presenter of our groups. And so, right now I'm going to present about my topic or argument essay under the topic street racing should be legalized in Malaysia. So, but first, let me introduce myself first. My name is Bakhtiyar bin Maseron. I'm 20 years old. I'm from Purna. I'm taking TESOL as my main course or program core in the university, and I'm a first year student. So I think that's all for my simple and precise background explanation. So I will start my presentation by elaborating or explain what are the meaning of the concept of street racing or racing in generally. So in general meaning, racing means an action to competing in a race to see you can finish at the finish line first. And if we take a look more specifically to my topic, which is street racing, it started gain its popularity in the 1960s in the United States of America when the three main based Detroit car manufacturer in America, which is the GM, General Motors, Ford and Chrysler, starting to produce their high performance vehicle. And since back then there's no specific racing venues, people started to racing their cars on public roads, which is illegal, and to see which manufacturer can produce more faster vehicle at that moment. So at that time, the terms or concept of street racing are invented, and it's gained its popularity throughout the world also. So yeah, that's the concept of street racing and a little bit about history of street racing. And next, I was present about the reason why I'm choosing this topic as my argument essay. So the reason is because of it's. I believe it's one of the controversial issue, especially nowadays, where there's too many of our teens claiming themselves as the racing enthusiasts. And also I think it's one of the biggest reasons is because I want to change our community, our people perception towards racing, because usually when we talk about street racing, our community perception or sights or the things that emerge in their brain is just danger, risky and useless. So for me, as can be considered as one of the racing enthusiasts, want to change that perception, because I believe by legalizing this activity can bring its own benefits towards our economy and the social, I believe. So, and also it can help me to produce or do the critical thinking so that I can possibly find the solution for legalizing these activities in our community. So yeah, that's the reason. So in my argument, I have choose and pick three argument, and let's start from the first one, which is it can reduce the accident rate by time. You can deny that there's no specific proven fact saying that legalizing street racing or having a specific racing venue can help to reduce the numbers of accident rate. However, based on my studies, my research that I've conducted, I found that the creators of my resources, which is Metsama can refer to the reference, they came up with a statement or a hypothesis or theory saying that street racing can reduce the accident rate by educating. Okay, so education. So what type of education, you ask? In street racing venue, specific racing venue, it contains its own regulation, procedure, standards, and restrictions that must be followed by the drivers and the team. So this aspect can be the driving techniques, the racing techniques, how the driver drives, when the drivers need to slow down at the track, which line that they need to go fast, and that kind of stuff. So, and also the gears or equipment that the drivers and the team need to use. So by doing this indirectly, it can educate people on how to, especially our racing enthusiasts, on how to drive in a proper way, in a more safer and responsible driving habit. So by time, this type of driving habit can be blended with our community, so that logically it can help us to reduce the rate accident. So yeah. So next, my second argument for this essay is legalizing street racing or having a specific racing venue can hone the talent of our local drivers. Because having a specific racing venues, our drivers you can just imagine the raw of engine. It wasn't a dangerous or risky activity, but a symphony of honed talent. So you can imagine that. So in a specific racing venue, there's that our gifted drivers have the opportunity to receive the professional instruction, such as the racing program, the racing practice, racing techniques, driving techniques that so yeah, that's one of the way. So this is one of the reason why it can help to maintain local order. And not just that, it can also good for the environment, because in racing today, modern racing, the type of fuel that they use, the teams or driver use, are more green to the environment, are more friendly to the environment. So, for example, if you take a look at F1, the fuel that they are using is more safer, more efficient, and more safer for the environment, because those type of fuels doesn't produce a big number of doesn't produce a lot of carbon dioxide to the atmosphere, which can bring to the thinning, I believe, in the ozone, which can brings to other effects such as global warming, the increasing of the water level, and the melting ice, and so on. So yeah, this one of the reason why racing should be legalized in Malaysia. So I think that's all. So to conclude, let us not just forget the benefits of by legalizing this activity. Let us harness its potential and channel its energy towards a more brighter Malaysian. Let us not just dream for a safer environment, and let us make its reality. So by harnessing the power of street racing for our own goods. So that's all for me. Thank you. So as you guys can see, those pictures are the benefits of if we're trying to legalizing the racing or having a specific venue racing in our community. instead that really brings to benefits to our social relationship, not just in our country but to others community outside, and also the economy of our country. And yeah.
Assalamualaikum and very good morning to everyone. Today I'm gonna present about my final essay for my English class. The title is "The Malaysian Government Should Be More Concerned About Food Security." My name is Muhammad Shakib. My number matrix is BA23110507. I'm from international student. So I'm gonna talk about food security. Food security is a comprehensive concept that encompasses the availability, access, utilizations, and stability of food source to ensure all individuals have physical and economic access to sufficient, safe, and nutritious food that meet their dietary needs and preference for an active and healthy life. There are so many reasons why government should to take more concern about, because we can avoid from starvation from we can survive in climate change, and also we could make it important to our economy to be generate more income for country. The first reason why is avoid from starvations for our people on future. Malaysia is at short-term risk in security food because Malaysia too more imports foods from other country like India, like Russia and others, because Malaysia could produce more food like rice, vegetable, because the land is not suitable for farm, and they also to focus on development. Like in Kuala Lumpur, we can see that there are so many tall buildings, but we can't see that so many green green view, like feel like, you know, playing. So so it it can impact for our people. They could die, they can get sick, and they unable to do activities in their daily life. Climate change is one of the natural disasters that happen because human actions. Climate change also the factor why we could produce more food. When flood happens, for example in West Malaysia, there are so many farmers lose, they can do their work because of the flood. So the Malaysian government should take an actions to do some planning for them and for us to survive in climate change, because climate change is one of the big natural disaster that usually happen So we can see that Malaysian government can develop more agriculture at every state. For example, Sabah is the one of the best example they can develop the agriculture, because Sabah have different surface from the peninsula, and Sabah is the one of the country that's rich in source, rich in rainforest. Their weather also good, so government can develop more in Borneo to produce more food, so everyone could get enough food in future. Government should not to focus on development. Besides, they have to more focus on agriculture. Agriculture is for long-term investment and also can be main income for our economy sections. For example, we can see like China is the best country that agricultural producing in the world, because they have many fertile soil, suitable area and good weather to help them grow crops. If Malaysia has good agriculture, we don't need to rely on imports, but need to limit excess exporting. We need to prioritize we need to prioritize the people first, because if there any excess supply of food, we can export it to abroad. The price of goods now is very expensive, like eggs, cooking oil, rice. It is happen when the conflict between Ukraine and Russia happens. So Malaysia should take an actions to make our food supplies more secure, and to make our country to become one of the best country to produce more food and quality food. For my conclusions is, food security seems insignificant, but it is one of the big issues this day, because it is very important for our life, our survive in future, because we do not know what happen in future. If we have to face some problems like natural disaster, like hot weather that can make drought, so we can survive, because we have more food supply, and we have to more focus on ourselves. If the other country do not export their food anymore, we do not have any country that we can rely on. So now we can start now, and we can also help the people to improve their life. So thank you.
Assalamualaikum and hi everyone, my name is Nura Antazwani. So today I will talk about my essay titled Men Also Deserve a Voice Against Harassment. Now, you might be wondering why I chose men can be harassed as my topic. The reason is simple. Understanding and actively addressing male harassment is not only about spotting victims, it's about playing a part in the broader movement towards gender equality. So, my first argument is promoting equality. Our argument is straightforward. Advocating against male harassment aligns with the broader goal of gender equality. But why is this point so significant? Fairness in addressing harassment. Ensuring that harassment is addressed regardless of gender underscores the principle of fairness. It's about acknowledging that every individual deserves protection from harassment, irrespective of their gender. So let's move to the next argument on breaking gender stereotypes. The core idea here is about challenging the traditional view that expects men to be perpetually strong and invulnerable. Now, let's understand why this is so crucial. Why? Because embracing authenticity. By challenging stereotypes, we create space for individuals, including men, to embrace their authentic self. It's about allowing everyone the freedom to express the full spectrum of their identities. So, some people believe that harassment against men is right, but that's not the whole story. Many guys don't talk about it because they're worried that what others might think. This silence can make it seem less common than it actually is. At work or in other places, men might keep quiet about harassment because they're scared of being made fun of. Imagine feeling like you can't speak up. It's tough. We need to understand these fears to create a safer environment. We've seen some numbers like 28.9% of those seeking help were guys. But remember, these are only the cases reported. There are likely many more incidents that go unspoken. So for final comment, talking about harassment against men doesn't take away from the serious issues faced by women. Both are important, and it's about acknowledging and addressing different experiences. Let's be careful not to compare but to understand. It's not just about the number, it's about creating a supportive culture. While we work to change things, let's also recognize that some guys do find support. Encouraging these positive experiences can lead to more open conversation. That's all from me. Thank you.